Welcome to episode 29 of Fork This City. Today we're forking into Il Posto Accanto in the East Village, a cozy Italian wine bar and trattoria that feels like one of those true neighborhood staples. It's known for its warm, dimly lit atmosphere tucked right in the East 2nd Street, but we're not stopping there. Gabby's also bringing us to another coffee spot that's been at the top of her list, Remi Coffee. Before we wrap things up by diving into the world of New York City bodegas and why they're an essential part of New York's food culture, but also why they're slightly disgusting. I am your co-host, Josh Einbinder. I am joined alongside Gabby Martin, aka Instagrubs. Gabby, I feel like it's been a minute since we've done a recording, just you and I. We've been just so busy all over New York collabing with people, so it's nice to get back to our roots and just do a one-on-one.
I agree. And going forward, just so the listeners know, we're going to do more of us talking, but we did have some great interviews and we just wanted to get them out there right away. But now they're going to be paced so you guys can enjoy our banter, which we know you all know and love. Almost episode 30.
That's crazy. 30 weeks we've been at it, that means.
We literally haven't taken a week off, which is actually kind of
And
psychotic of us, but we can't.
and we are coming up on a big milestone soon, which will be 10,000 followers on Instagram, hopefully within the next week or two. You did say by July 4th, I feel like a
Oh
couple
my
months
God, you're
ago.
really
So
holding me. You know how much work that is?
I know.
We're gonna try. I think we're gonna get there very, very soon. Honestly, Facebook is taking off. We're almost at
Facebook's great.
1.5K. And I put no work into like that stuff. That's just us posting and people following.
Yeah. I
Shout
mean,
out to the YouTubers who watch. I want them to see my shirt. I'm standing up.
the icy
I
shirt.
love a Coke slushie if you're a follower, and I found an icy shirt online. I mean, not online, in a thrift store, and I had to get it. Okay, I'm done.
Nice.
What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's great. I think it's very you. Wear it to a movie and get an icy. You
Yeah.
want to know a fun fact? I've never had an icy.
Have you like it doesn't matter if like it's called a slushy or icy.
I've
You've
never
never
had a
had one?
slushie. I've never had. That's not for me. I'll tell you a great
I
story.
kind of agree it's not for you, but you know my pet peeve is when people say they don't like things they've never tried.
Well, there's just something about a slushy drink. Like I don't like, like the red, white, and blue popsicles growing up too. It
I
kind
don't
of,
like them.
yeah, no, it reminds me of that. And I've never been a fan.
Yeah.
I went to do you ever eat at Wetzel's Pretzels? It's like Auntie
I'm more of an
Anne's.
Auntie Anne's gal.
Right.
Yeah.
But I grew up in Stamford, Connecticut, and in the local Stamford Town Center Mall, there was a Wetzel's Pretzels and they had the slushy machines. And I remember the guy who worked there was like the friendliest guy, and he would always offer me a slushy, and I remember I'd always turn it down because I just even at like 6, 7 years old, um,
I knew you were gonna do 6, 7. Oh,
it was
I
just
hate it.
it was just gross. That's not for me. Some people who are listening will know I have a lot of food takes, and I'm going to dive into another food take right now before we get into Il Posto Canto.
Wait, can I say something
Yeah.
about the slushies really quick?
Hmm.
I actually only like Coke slushies. I don't like
That I
the
knew
red
about you,
and blue
yes.
flavors, but I just want to clarify because this shirt is a red slushie, but it's still a cool vibe. And yeah, I'm very proud of this shirt, but go on.
My new thing is, so as everyone knows, I don't like sandwiches, right? And my new thing extending beyond that is I don't like bagel sandwiches anymore. So I used to always be religious and get a sausage, egg, and cheese with tomatoes and onions on an everything bagel. And then it shifted to just an egg and cheese with onion on an everything bagel. And now I'm just like, I don't like sandwiches. So lately I've been getting plain bagels, not toasted, nothing on it for lunch. And I'm essentially eating a piece of bread,
Bread. Yeah.
and it's awesome.
That's not nutritious in the slightest.
No, of course not. But I need a break from sandwiches. And also it doesn't help that I've been off the bagel train for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not really into bagels right now either. I love bagels, don't get me wrong, but I haven't been ordering them. But that is an interesting th
I
thing.
think
Thank you for sharing with
I think a
us.
lot of these bagel places like overdo the sandwich. Like they stack it up too high. It's too many onions, too much tomato. Sometimes I get avocado on it too. It's just stacked too high, and when I bite into it, it falls apart and it ruins the experience. And
I
same with sandwiches.
somewhat agree. So I'm actually working on maybe getting an interview related to this, but Zuckers did this collab with some chef, I think.
Hmm.
And it was like on story time, so I got the free sandwich and it was a loaded sandwich, but I actually really, really liked it. And I messaged like the creator of that sandwich, so we'll see if they end up coming on. But some sandwiches I do like, and I don't know how we got into you not liking sandwiches from Icy's though. You just had to say it.
Just talking about my other food takes, but I think slushy, like if you're gonna get a slushy, you might as well just get like ice cream.
I disagree. Coke slushies at the movies hit so hard. Also, frozen lemonade at like a town carnival.
Also, I don't drink lemonade. I've never liked lemonade.
You know, some people think you're shy.
Me?
And yeah, when we
Oh
go to
yeah,
these
'cause
collabs,
I can.
Josh walks in there all shy, and then he's just out here being
No,
so
no,
many
no. Let
opinions.
the people know that it's not shyness, it's a respect thing. I don't want to storm in there and be like, we need to do this, I need to try these foods. To me, if you're listening and you're a restaurant owner, I want to walk in, it's your place, and you're graciously giving us your time to interview you. So I'm a little timid, I'm a little shy, and I just want to turn it on when we do the interview and then call it a day. Now, our co-host over here is a seasoned influencer who knows how these things work more than me. But give me another 6 months, and that'll be a year of us doing this podcast. And
Well, yeah, no, I'm not going in there yelling at people. Don't make it seem like
no,
it's
no, no, of
that.
course
But it's
not.
so funny how opinionated you are here, and I love it. I liked hearing all of this stuff. This is really entertaining to me. You don't like lemonade, you don't like sandwiches, you don't like peppers. Shout out to the guy who made the list of things we don't like. I think you should keep updating it and send it
Yes,
back to us because he
bagel
is a listener.
sandwiches now, bodegas for me.
Well, we'll get into the bodega thing a little later, but we're
Yes.
gonna jump into Il Posto Accanto in, I believe it's considered the Lower East Side. So let's rewind about a year ago. I was at this dinner and I met this chef there, and we were talking about favorite restaurants in the city. And I asked where you can get good Italian, and he said his favorite was Il Posto Accanto. And I noted that in my belly. That was like a year ago. Fast forward, we decided to hop on that trend where your friend makes in a reservation, doesn't tell you, and then you go. Josh's sister Jamie was in charge of choosing the place. No offense to Jamie, more so you did not really trust her. I feel like you were like, this is not going to be a good reservation,
Uh,
or you were very scared of what it
well, in
could be.
fairness, and I apologize, Jamie, for listening. You, in no
She's gonna
disrespect to the
listen.
Il Posto folks, that it's like no, never heard of that restaurant. So
I
like
have.
I was kind of right though. Like it's not like a place that I mean they were doing great business. Don't get me wrong, but it was I thought it would be.
Josh thought he was going to like Teresi and then showed up to a place that he didn't know the name of. Is that fair to say?
I thought we were gonna go to Forsythia, which foreshadowing because we'll have another episode where we review that. But that's where I thought we were going.
Fair. But when you let someone else choose, you have to go with it. And
Of course, of course.
the more I think about this restaurant, the more I like it, which is very refreshing, I think, for maybe you guys listening, because usually the phrase is the more I think about it, the less I like it. So I don't even know where to begin. So we were walking there aimless. So Jamie picked like a meeting point and it was in the East Village. So I assumed it was in the East Village. I think she made us walk like 20 minutes to really throw us off, maybe 15. And I
Hmm.
remember we just like could not tolerate not knowing where we were going. But we walked in. I don't know. How do you explain the vibes? Is it old
I think
school?
it's like a
Not
hybrid of.
charming.
It's not charming, but it's there's character. There's a lot of character in the restaurant. It's pretty small. There are not a lot of tables. It's dark. There's just a good vibe. The guy at the front, I don't know if he was the owner, but clearly he has some ties to the restaurant and the family. Like he was spunky, like quirky,
I
and
don't remember
he
him.
had like a spunk to him that I really liked. It's very cute inside, and there are like flags at the ceiling.
Yeah,
It
I do remember that.
We were seated in the back, and my view specifically could look into the kitchen. So like I feel like I didn't get like the full like atmosphere.
Okay, if you're gonna bring that up, where was looking at Forsythia while you got the beautiful view?
You were looking at the dumpsters, yes.
So
But it's
let's
only
talk
right.
about this
It's
in a
only
little bit.
right. You shifted. I had to look in the
I didn't
kitchen.
know you had a complaint about that. That's a pet peeve of mine. Yeah, I feel like this is a thing with me specifically. I don't know if you feel this way. I feel like I always get seated at the worst table in restaurants, usually near the bathroom or like right next to where the waiters and waitresses ring people up. I've actually asked to be moved away from that before because every like waiter was like next to me, like typing stuff onto the computer. And then usually I feel like my view is quite bad at the dumpsters, but I
Hmm.
didn't know you felt that way about Il Posto.
It wasn't a big deal. I'd argue the dumpsters are far worse than looking into the kitchen. I just didn't like the restaurant was so dark and like it was very bright in the kitchen. So like the brightness with the darkness was just annoying to
I
me.
recall I was facing the bathroom and you were facing the restaurant.
There was the bathroom and then the kitchen. Right. I was facing the restaurant, but to my left,
Was the kitchen.
kitchen,
Oh.
bathroom, which I could see out of the side of my eye.
Oh yeah, I had a good view of the bathroom, but okay, we can't all be winners.
It's true.
Someone's got to sit there.
Hey, if you're not first, you're last. So
Okay, second
no
place is the biggest
participation
loser.
trophies. No, I'm done with that. No participation trophies.
My mom feels strongly about that, actually.
We started with the bread, which they gave to everyone. It was a little salty, but it was good. I
I
have
like
like
saltiness.
no overall complaints about the bread. And then getting into the appetizers, we started with the burrata. Um, I'm not the biggest burrata fan, but I thought this was very good.
What did it come with on the side again?
It
Was it
was
bread?
burrata with prosciutto and some asparagus, or not asparagus.
It was
Uh,
good.
yeah, like
Good.
greenery. Yeah.
6 out of 10. I don't remember it well enough
Mm.
to really speak to it. So I remember I liked it, but I'm not loving it.
Okay. All right. And then moving on to the next two appetizers, the first or the second appetizer, but the second or the third, the grilled calamari, the grilled octopus. Before you chime in, Mediterraneo on the Upper East Side has a great grilled octopus because it really tastes like grilled chicken and it has like sear marks. It looks like chicken. And I felt like it was a similar kind of grilled octopus. It's like a bigger piece. It's more like a funnel. It looked like a funnel. It was good. A little chewy, but good.
I really liked it. And funny enough, I know I'm usually on my Council Lemon campaign. I did put the lemon on top of it, and I actually think it complemented it really nicely. I really, really liked the octopus. If I went back, I actually would want it. And that's high
Next,
praise from me over here. So,
that is the next dish, which I thought was my personal favorite, was the sausage
me too.
and peppers and onions. The one gripe I have, it didn't. We interviewed Nadia from Eater,
Oh God. I
and
feel like you're gonna really try
I
to
know
say
she
something.
inspired me. She
Yeah.
inspired me. I don't feel like the dish was excellent. I thought this was my favorite thing I had all night. It didn't match like the rest of the restaurant. Like
Don't
a
think Nadia
saw
taught you that.
no, but like now when I think about it, I'm like the taste difference between the Italian food we were eating and then I felt like I had like a German ballpark food, like sausage, peppers, and onions. That is a stadium food or like I feel like a German like Polish restaurant. So like I feel like the restaurant was just giving me like conflicting messages. Are they Italian restaurant? Are we like
Wait, I think you're wrong though. I think sausage is classified as Italian though.
sausage, I think is Italian, but the sausage, peppers, and onions, I don't know.
I really loved it. I don't have this issue actually. I don't know when I this is gonna sound really dumb. I think of like the Sopranos when I think of Italian food, and I feel like they were eating peppers and onions.
I don't remember, but it just like felt like when I bit into it, I felt like I was at a baseball game.
It was delicious though. I would
But it was very good.
100% get that again.
The sausage was very good. I actually thought the peppers were really good, and that's coming from someone who just doesn't like peppers.
Yeah, the peppers and onions, delicious. This was my favorite thing of the night by far.
Next was the meatballs, so we're moving a little bit into the mains. My one
Loved
gripe with the meatballs were four people, it came with three. Now, meatballs to me is a little bit like pasta. I understand meat's more expensive than pasta, but three meatballs in an order at transparency, if it was an Italian restaurant, I would give six. Six.
No, we would not give six.
Five. Five.
I think four.
I just think three is too little. Four has to be the minimum.
I
Like,
think it depends on the size. If I'm being honest, they were not that big.
mhm.
Do you think the waitress should have said there's four of you, or waiter? I honestly don't remember. There's four of you, maybe, just so you're aware it comes with three. Because I've noticed a lot of really high-end, like good service
Yeah,
places
we'll be
do
like, do you
that.
want to tack on another one?
Yeah.
I mean, they should have asked that, certainly.
I don't
Uh,
think it was really an issue though.
it wasn't an issue. It was like a lot of sauce, and for a lot of sauce, three meatballs, like for four people, I just, I think they should have included one more.
Interesting. You're entitled to your opinion. I loved the meatballs, and specifically, I thought that sauce was incredible. And I'm going to
Sauce was
talk
very good.
about how I
Yes.
mixed that with other dishes later on. So stand by.
Sauce was very good. I want to talk about my two least favorite dishes of the night, which was the spicy vodka and the cavatelli. I'm going to let you start because you're the spicy vodka queen. So why don't
Yeah.
you tell the people what you thought about the dish?
Yeah. Thank you for letting me go first. The spicy vodka pasta was a special, and it came with shrimp. So obviously, shrimp is a little weird, I think. I think spicy vodka should come with grilled chicken or
Agreed.
fried chicken, but I actually prefer it with grilled. It's almost the same issue I had with Campagnola. It did not taste like vodka sauce at all. So, honestly, if they just said it was red sauce and gave it to me, I would think it was great. But I was so excited for vodka sauce that when I tasted it, I was like, it's missing the salt and the creaminess. That's one thing. Number two, I would say the shrimp missed.
Hmm.
I like shrimp if it's made well, I think, and it's not too fishy. I really was not a fan of the shrimp that came with this. So overall, wouldn't recommend. It was a special. Their stuff is very based on specials. The menu is changing constantly because we asked for the chicken parm and they said that was a special,
I feel like that's a
which is
miss.
interesting.
I do think that I would have been very excited to try their chicken parm. It looked very good in the belly photos. So I just wish that was something they had more consistently.
I agree. Chicken parm should be a staple. So should vodka pasta, but maybe that's why it didn't taste like vodka sauce. But funny enough, I mixed the meatball sauce with the vodka pasta, and it created a delicious pasta with sauce. So overall, I actually loved the dish I created. So I can't really complain too much because I did love it, but it's not vodka sauce.
What did you think about the cavatelli?
Okay, this one's interesting. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't usually love truffle. This was a really creative, interesting dish.
There were also peas in the
And
dish.
mushrooms, it was weird. It's never something I would have ordered. But the more I think about it, the more it grows on me. It's really creative. No other place has it. It looks like almost the pasta like looks like little beans. I mean, some of them were beans, but some of them were pasta, like mini gnocchis in a sense. And
Yeah.
they were truffly and actually quite good. I just am not the biggest truffle advocate, but if you're into truffle, I would 100% recommend getting it there because I think it was very unique.
Like I said, the pastas were not my favorite. Um, I thought it was a little too truffly, and I handled truffle well. Um, I don't know. I think the vibes were great, and the apps I thought were better than the mains. But overall, I think, and we did get dessert, so we'll get into that in a second. My belly score is pretty reflective of how I feel about the restaurant, which is I wasn't that impressed.
I thought it was really good. I don't know if I want to go back right away, but I thought it was high sevens out of 10.
That's that's a good score though.
Yeah,
Like I forgot who I was talking to about this the other day. If you're a restaurant owner, a pizza owner, a pizza shop owner specifically, and Dave Portnoy came in, what number score would he have to give you to be like, okay, I'm happy with that score? And
over an
to
8.
I say 7.5. Because here's the thing, okay? If you're getting a 7.5, that means like your pizza place is at least minimum good for takeout. Because like I don't always get a 10 for takeout. Like sometimes I get like the pizza place around the corner and it's not amazing, but it's good.
Okay.
So to me, 7.5. As a restaurant owner, like you said, what, mid to high sevens for Il Posto? I think that's great. I think I gave them a 6.8. Not great, but
I think it's a little low.
mm,
Well, we actually didn't talk about the desserts, which I do have
which we have to
some,
get into. Yes.
I think I have some issues with. Do you remember what we got?
Tiramisu.
We did.
Bang. So we also got beyond tiramisu like a chocolate or like brownie cake with a side of ice cream, and then also like an apple pie with like a cinnamon vanilla, a brown sugar ice cream on the side.
I
As
don't want to
we
bash them, but it tasted straight from the freezer.
can I say something about restaurants? I don't think restaurants should feel pressure to have dessert on the menu. If you know you can't execute dessert well, there's no shame in being really good at making apps and mains. Desserts don't have to be on a menu.
I don't think I agree. I think you have to have some dessert, but
I
just
don't
keep
think
it
so.
simple to like ice cream or gelato.
The thing is like, if I was a restaurant owner, why would I want ice cream? There are a million ice cream shops in the city. I don't want to compete with them.
I don't know, but I do think if you're in the mood for dessert and they're like, we don't do that, that could not go over well with some people. And I feel like all these restaurants, though, most of them have insane desserts.
A lot. Well, yeah, I think it's part of being a cohesive, complete restaurant is having, from the moment you walk in to the moment you walk out, good service, good food,
We've had
unique
really good
options.
desserts.
We have had really good desserts in the city. I It's just more so like a future restaurant that opens one day. Like maybe it's just like the food. There's
I
no
don't
dessert.
co-sign this idea. Transparency is gonna have dessert.
Transparency. I'd want
A
transparency to
cookie
have dessert.
skillet. It would have a really good
Yes,
cookie
cookie
skillet.
skillet. That I would definitely have that. Maybe that's the only thing we do though, because I'd want
That's
to be
totally
really
fine.
good at that one thing.
I mean, you can't really mess up a cookie skillet because you could
You
literally buy
can.
just like, well, I know, but you could just buy like Pillsbury cookies and
I
make it
know.
in the thing and like serve it, and that's so fine.
So overall, I think you liked El Posto better than I did, but by no means was it bad. It just wasn't my favorite dinner. Good vibes. Yeah,
Yeah, I think, yeah, I mean, we don't have that much to say about it, but I don't want it to come across as negative, and it grows on me the more I think about it, actually. So I would be down to go back, actually. I want to try their chicken parm because supposedly it's really good. So if you see that on their menu, I would go.
for sure. All right, let's transition to what you say is your favorite coffee shop in New York, Remi Coffee. Now, I don't know anything about this place, so why don't you take the floor and let the people know why you like Remi Coffee?
So it's funny, I've been beating myself up over it the past week that I have not talked about this on the podcast yet because it's actually my number one coffee shop in the city. And I think the reason for that is because I used to live in the middle of nowhere, aka Midtown East, when I first moved to New York City. And that is where Remy Coffee is. I feel like they've opened other ones in the past year, but where they are is Second Ave for I believe it's like 43rd and then like 47th or 48th. So I lived on 46th, so I used to make a joke that I was like stuck in the middle of the two locations so that I was always tempted to get it when walking by.
Hmm.
And my parents were not happy with that like financial statement. It's very much girl math because I felt trapped being near it. But basically, it's a beautiful flower shop slash coffee shop. But like vibes are spectacular. Cannot speak highly enough about it. And it's always busy. So sometimes it's actually hard to get a seat, even though one of them is two stories, but it's like not really. It's like a loft with like three tables. But what they are really, really known for is the lavender latte, which I know you're gonna say that sounds gnarly. That sounds like saffron ice cream like we got at Eval. Trust me, I will die on this hill. That lavender latte is one of the best coffees I've ever had, and I don't eat anything else lavender. I don't believe we should even eat lavender. That should be like a spa scent.
Yes, just like uh what's the thing that's usually in steam rooms? Oh, eucalyptus. Yes, eucalyptus.
Yeah, like we don't eat eucalyptus. Right. Lavender belongs in that category. This is the singular exception because I've tried lavender lattes elsewhere and was not really into that. It's
Hmm.
actually somewhat okay at S. Beagle, funny enough. But yeah, Remy coffee and it comes with purple syrup on the bottom. It sounds crazy, but when I first moved to New York City, someone was like, "You have to try it," and it was near me, and ever since it has a place in my heart. And if you can just get it and sit in the flower shop, it is very healing. And that's all I really got to say about
Is
it.
it Remy with a Y or I?
I So on Instagrams, I actually posted a picture of the lavender latte. Go look. I posted it
Oh,
today,
Remy flower coffee.
or maybe last night.
It does have a good average. I mean, the average score is 8.2.
No, it's insane. I'm telling you.
Do they not have pastries or anything?
I think they do, but I don't think they're anything.
Because I know you really like the matzo cookie, so I was thinking like you might like. Oh, you know what? Their cookie looks interesting.
I it's all like kind of healthy stuff, I think. It's like
Mm.
protein balls and stuff like that. Just the lavender latte. Go and try it. And I think it's an extremely high review actually for a coffee shop like that. And it should be on a list of like one of the best places, but it's not. But I my one complaint is it is so expensive. I think the lavender latte is like $9, where coffee, in my opinion, should not be more than $3. But we are living in 2026. I know you're not a coffee person. So I usually now started making my coffee at home, sadly, as of a week ago. Or my local coffee shop guy, like the coffee cart guy on the street, we're buddies now, and it's cheap.
You know, when I think of Remy, I think of Remy the rat from Ratatouille. And that's a good segue
That was a great transition.
because bodegas are all the rage. You know, a lot of people who live in New York, they have their local bodegas, and I think it's great. They're small businesses, and they're really the backbone, truly, of like the New York, not economy, but like food scene, because a lot of people do have their local bodegas that they go to, and you know it's not going to blow you away, but you know it's kind of all reliable. I'll start with my point before I let you get to yours. I saw a great TikTok today, and the girl was talking about how she loves her bodega because of how cute the bodega cat is. And that's why she loves going to her bodega. And that's great. And for people who are listening and don't know why most bodegas in New York have cats, is because they're obviously it's New York. There are a lot of rats. Rats are drawn to things like cardboard, food waste, food, things like that. So the cats are natural predators and they are able to kill the rats. I did a lot of reading about this today. So they serve a practical purpose. So that I acknowledge and I understand. But I think whenever I see a cat in a bodega, I am disgusted. It's just I don't want to see an animal like walking around like potentially touching something that I might eat even if it's sealed. That's not my
Would
thing.
you rather see the rats?
I'd rather see no animal. Period.
Okay, but fair, but that doesn't sound like that's the case. You're gonna see one or
No.
the other. I didn't even know this until you told me
Yes,
that
my
that's
my
why the
local bodega
bodegas.
right here has two cats.
Are we 100% that's why they have them?
Yep. That is why.
Okay, I'm a
I
dog
mean, I mean,
person,
I
not a
don't
cat.
know, not I'm sure not all of them, but that is like the main reason people have these cats is to take care of the rats.
Shout out Prince, my family's dog. If he saw a rat, he would run away. And that's how you know he's basically a human. Cats, seeing a rat being like, oh, that's what I want to eat. Gnarly. Why don't they get bodega snakes then? Don't they eat rats?
Oh, you don't want to see this. I'd rather see
I
a
don't.
cat.
I was just making a comment. There, yeah, I mean, interesting take. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I guess for the listeners, that's why bodegas have cats. My bodega story
Mhm.
is that I had food from a bodega for the first time in my life today.
That's
I've
great.
got,
That's well, you've only been in New York a year and a half.
yeah, but I've gone into bodegas to like buy a water bottle or a snack or something.
Mhm.
But lately I've been struggling to figure out what to eat for lunch. Like I just haven't been in the mood for anything to like make myself. And my mom was like, "Why don't you go into a bodega and get like a sandwich?" And I was like, "Ew, why would I do that?" She's like, "No, it's good. They have like boar's head." So I gave it a shot and I went to one in Gramercy and I really, really liked it. It was like turkey, provolone, lettuce, and pickles
Yeah.
and $12. It was huge. I was able to eat it for two lunches, so $6 a sandwich. It was wonderful. So I don't know if I'm just learning about this. I don't know, but that was pretty crazy.
I have to say though, bodega food's never been bad. Like every time I have bodega food, like you're not getting something crazy there, right? Like you're getting a sandwich, a burger. I've gotten many cheesesteaks from when I used to live in Chelsea, I would go down to like 17th and 7th. So now we're getting it. Yeah, that's Chelsea. And I'd get a cheesesteak from the bodega over there. And it was truly one of my favorite cheesesteaks I've had. Not of
Really?
all time. It was delicious. It was delicious. And I'm sure that meat was frozen, like in a freezer, but I
That's
don't
okay.
care because it was really good. The bread was fresh. They always had like really good bread. And that like my bodega over here now, they do like a full breakfast special. I haven't gotten it, but I've seen other people get it, and like the pancakes look like diner pancakes. Like they look
Really?
delicious. So maybe I should try it actually before I move.
I feel like no one really talks about bodega food.
I don't think people do because it's just like I feel like it's just like an unspoken thing. It's like people get food. I will say I've never had a bodega like bacon, egg, and cheese, sausage, egg, and cheese, which I know is like a big thing.
On a Kaiser roll
Yeah.
specifically.
And there's a great piece, I forget who put it on YouTube. The Kaiser roll in New York for all the bodegas is supplied by one company, and it's a
Wow.
behind the scenes of like their entire factory and how they do it. They're all up in the Bronx. But I always like Kaiser rolls, but I like that more for like Italian deli meats versus a sausage, egg, and cheese.
Yeah. Well, mine was on a Kaiser roll now that I think about it. It was really good, so I will be eating more bodega sandwiches for lunch in the future, which is exciting news because I finally found like a lunch that I like and I feel like it's nutritious, better than plain bagel.
You know, what can you do? Put your best foot forward and eat bread.
What?
I don't know. I don't know.
That, yeah. You want to know what we should start doing from now on when we should start plugging your belly. So everyone
Definitely.
listening, follow Josh because I feel like we've let up on this a little bit. Josh is going to be the first belly influencer.
The thing is that there are, I mean, not full scale,
There
but like
kind of are. I've
there
seen they
are
like make you
Gary's
guys.
Diner has 11,000 followers on Belly, which
That's not that
I'm
much in
not
the
I'm
grand
not
scheme
trying
of
to
things.
like call this guy out, but he's ranked 9,685 restaurants, and part of me thinks he's just going around like ranking random restaurants. That's just like he must either
Yeah.
be retroactively rating places he's been to 20 years ago, or he's literally eating out 5 times a day.
Oh, I see.
I don't know because I've only been to 654.
Total?
But I don't backdate, right? So like I'm not gonna go back to 2015 and be like, oh, I ate here, so let me put it in my belly. Like I would have to go back again.
It depends if you remember it, in my opinion. Because I
I don't
had
know. I
some
think
meals here,
2015 is too far away.
not 2015, but 2018 when I was like in college interning in the city. I think I went to a lot of spots. But I might have rated them on Belly at the time, which I think I did.
Belly didn't exist in 2018.
When did it exist?
2021.
So I've rated those places on here though. So I guess when it first came out, I had a notes app with all the places because I remember
Mm,
my mom would send it around. That's what the original like food tracking was. It would just make a notes app. And
mm.
I had one for my Gainesville and UF, and that got circulated. So I've always been into tr tracking these places. So I guess I used that to rank the places. And if you're curious, I've been to 378. So you're almost double
Yeah.
what I've been to.
And my
But
belly is at Einbinder, my last name, if you
yeah,
want to
but you go
follow.
to like South Florida and rank every place you go to. I
I
don't do
rank
that.
I rank everywhere, anywhere I eat, I rank.
I know, but I don't do
If
that.
it's going in my mouth, it's going on belly. You heard it here first. Um,
Why did you say that?
Well, that was episode 29 of Fork This City, and the next one is a big episode because that is the big 30. You can follow us on Instagram at Fork This City Pod. Please tell your friends, your family to give us a follow. We're really close to 10,000 followers. That's something we'd love to hit soon. Follow us on TikTok at Fork This City. On Facebook, we are Fork This City. YouTube, we're just Fork This City as well. Listen to our podcast, the full length episodes on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. That's Spotify, Amazon, and Apple. Till next time, Gabby. This was episode 29.
Yeah, see you later, motherforkers. Have a fabulous week since these come out on Sunday.